Sure. Oh shoot! Wait, Kit.
What?
I had to swap out my laundry real quick. Oh,
go ahead and do it. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
We're not.
Do it on stream. Live stream that shit.
Live stream laundry changing. All right, sick. I think that works here.
Let's try to keep this under an hour. Or I'm going to leave within an hour.
It should be under an hour. I don't think there's actually a lot to like really hardcore discuss about.
Sinful gear. One hand to triple early play.
Fucking, I'm just literally gonna shoot you next time I see you, dude. Like, unironically. I'm just gonna roll up and be like, Merry Christmas, motherfucker. And Happy New Year.
We should see each other before then. Should be next week.
Next week? You're not going to New Jersey, are you?
No, but when do you get back?
Oh yeah, there's an event when we get back, right?
No, there's Ruby coming out.
Oh, true. All right. Where'd that Nico come back, please? All right, to like the two people in chat, what's up?
Are we live? We're live?
Yeah, we're live. We're just waiting on Nico here.
Okay, I'm here.
All right. You good to go?
Live watching?
Yeah.
All right. Welcome, guys. Doing a little impromptu ban list discussion since the ban list just dropped last night, and we know what's getting hit. And all this takes effect on the 13th, so it's within the
next Monday.
Yep, in like 6 days or so. So rip all the decks.
Isn't that cool?
No
Damn, I'm glad we have this really cool format to like where our like fucking Nats a ban list drops in the middle of it, and you have to pivot if you don't like if your deck gets banned. Haha.
Oh yeah, that does hurt, doesn't it?
Yeah, this only this happens every year almost with the English WGP. Almost, I feel
does it? No, it doesn't.
I think it happened last year.
It happened last year. It happened
with this online thing, right?
Huh?
With the online thing, does it normally happen?
Wait, what do you mean?
Like, I know is the online one like that WGP? Is it running later than normal?
It's running later than normal, but last year the same thing happened as well, and the year before that it happened as well, and then.
But normally, I'm saying, wait, 2019?
Yes. Like
Nationals was in December.
The timing of our like North American Nationals. Always, for some reason, no matter what happens, we always get screwed over. Where the newest set, or no, the newest ban list happens always like a week or two before our national event happened.
Well, no, that's only happened since we moved online.
Yeah, I was about to say,
because before you got to go to
like
JP
December.
Nats, and the JP Nats is after JP Nats is when the actual ban list happened. So it's only happened last year and this year.
It happened when Monogatari came out, and last year as well. Like when Monogatari
wasn't
got banned,
Monogatari like a
it was
ban?
no it was Idolmaster Cinderella Girls got hit. Wait, was that right, dude? I don't remember. Actually, you know what? Never mind.
I don't think so.
I don't think this is normal.
I know there was another event where what's it called? This happened before, and it screwed me over on my deck choice. But yeah, whatever.
It happened. It literally happened last year with Data Live.
Yeah, but I mean,
they nerfed 8 standby, and then we kind of had to. It wasn't as bad, so you can still play it, but it's like
8 standby still playable. You heard it there from Nico right now.
No, I was talking about last year's ban list. I think 8 standby do we have a graphic? Can we maybe borrow like Taya's graphic?
No, yeah,
or something?
I have it set up when we start talking about it. So I guess we'll just bring this up now.
Yeah.
I don't know why we're like fucking like going
also,
off on
thank you to James for donating.
Yes.
James says, Akushi no hiro ga tochaku shimashita seigi ga katsu. It's like action
Is
heroes
here
something.
and he's
Yeah.
like justice will
Justice has prevailed. Yeah.
win.
Justice has not prevailed. They have hurt my deck, so that's bad. That's not
Yeah.
justice.
Yep. It's anything that's negative to
But
me.
thank
is
you
not
for your
justice.
donation, James. So we appreciate it, dude.
Absolutely do, my man. All right. So here's the update ban list. This is provided by Weiss Tea Time. They're super amazing. Go check out their blog if you haven't seen it. I feel like everyone in the community that should
if you look at
know,
spoilers, a lot of the times, like if you go look at for the spreadsheets, you usually hit up her vlog. But I believe it should be weissteatime.wordpress.com.
Yeah, I believe that should be it. And so this is the graphic they made for easy viewing here. So we can just look at the changes here.
Kimono's still banned.
I think let's talk. I think let's talk about like the less impactful stuff. I feel.
Yeah. So
and then we can have a bigger discussion once we get to the other stuff.
Yeah. We'll just talk about the unbannings right now. So first thing that was unbanned was Cinderella Girls has been freed. They can play full power. So like the deck speed and stuff is going to be kind of degenerate with the set. But how do you guys feel like? Will it be really, really impactful with like the current meta and with standby? Because like
no,
tried
you
Primus,
lose board and then die.
Was like really, really good when there was no standby, but now we have standby and all this, right? So
if I remember, tried Primus also ran cards like oversized 1/0s that couldn't attack like higher level cards and stuff. So like
yeah,
I think the concept of the old deck is kind of dead. They're probably going to have to come up with something new. The one thing they have going for them is the like ridiculously absurd deck speed and some of the lingering kind of like pseudo broken profiles.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Trancing Pulse early play runs like really, really strong.
Yeah, I think outside of that, there's nothing really big to talk about here, right?
All the idol nerds finally get to play Cinderella Girls again. Shoutouts to I guess Cameron.
Yeah,
and I'm assuming Randall. I don't know what it's Pesh Cats or Shizu Cats.
Yeah,
I'm assuming he's happy about this change. Yeah.
All right. Next unbanning here was I don't even know what is
the great hero of justice himself, Action Bastard.
Yeah.
Or Action Mask. Yeah.
Completely unbanned. You can play 4 of it in deck now in Shin-Chan. This probably could have come off a long time ago. The card is just like almost unplayable in the deck, even when you could play it before.
Well, it's like the deck is also just old as hell, right?
Yeah. But even when it was like active, I think this card wasn't as obnoxious as like they might have thought it was going to be. I mean, it's like a 2-soul like 7k beater, but you can't attack if there is like if you have like one or two or less cards in clock. I think it is something like that. It was just, and it was off trait completely, so it was unsearchable. You had to naturally draw into it and stuff. Like, I don't think this is really going to change anything, especially with the fact that Crane Shin-Chan is like it's not even a set anyone even thinks about like anymore.
Yeah.
So
I think about how I wish I owned it.
Yeah, that's about it. But I'm sure everyone who randomly owns 4 copies of this card is very happy now.
Yeah.
What next is Monogatari got completely unrestricted. Does this even
the 2/2 can't hold board, so it doesn't matter.
This literally doesn't matter.
2/2 can't hold board. It's not like relevant anymore. The kind of loopy stuff you could do before is still kind of cool, but it's like whatever still.
Your 2/2s don't survive on board, so you can't even do it.
Yeah, I mean, like, is that even? Yeah, I think like the list I've even seen some like JP Twitter people post was like shot door is what they're going back to, because like they're playing JC with the 1/0 Shimakaze and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, like the topping can still kind of scary in a sense if you get to that point where you have that much stock to just like kind of go off. But it's
how do you get there?
How do you get the stock? The good thing with like the Hanakawa earlier was it was a huge 2/2. That was
back
like,
when people weren't ready to fight.
Back when people aren't ready to fight like those big power lines early. And correct me if I'm wrong, did Monogatari have like an early play counter, or they had counters? I know that.
I think they did. I don't really remember. It's been so long. After that,
I have never played Monogatari, so
I do not have one in my deck. That's all I know.
Yeah. So I don't think this is gonna really, bring Monogatari back into any type of spotlight, because even before when they unbanned JC, like and the deck still didn't like do anything after it, right? So I think
old.
this is it just doesn't have the tools and like the time to be able to set up to kill people anymore. What's it called? Love Life Sunshine. The 1-0 Mari coin flip got unbanned. I don't think this really does
Literally, who
anything.
cares?
Yeah, it's like
literally who cares? I was like, all the important cards are still on the pick 3 list, so it's like a literally who cares.
Yep. And then on Fate here, we have the Sanbaka people.
The heal 3 event.
Yep. They are free. I don't think this really does anything for the deck, because like the deck of its former glory won't come back because you can't really use Ilya anymore. Or like if you pick Ilya as your choice, then you don't have access to Free Fresh, but Free Fresh is what made that deck so strong. Being able to just like loop Free Fresh into infinite good deck states forever was like the power.
Well, they still have the green Azusa.
Yeah, but I mean, like that doesn't provide
that
you
severely.
the same,
I think warps your deck building though a lot of the time.
So it's still kind of weird in general. I don't know if it's gonna come back in like any like board states nowadays too aren't even like are you even able to find reverses with the Sakura like bar combo? No, right?
What?
You can against certain decks like Hololive and stuff.
And then
I feel like a lot of decks give you reverses now.
Yeah. Like Hololive does, ZLS does.
I would say no on Hololive because I don't. I mean, outside of like depending on your play group, I guess it really important. But it seems like Japan has migrated to the build I had initially, where they went into the Flare combo, and Flare is like 7 to 8K on defense naturally.
Okay, yeah.
So
if
like,
they do that, then they're not going to find reverses.
Yeah, I mean it's not to say that like you're never going to find a reverse. It just there's more matchups that like become infinitely harder to do anything, right? If you can't get reverses with that deck. So I'm not sure if this is really going to do anything. Maybe this like opens up some other type of build that people couldn't play before that wanted to use the heal 3 event. Just gotta kind of wait and see, because Fate literally has 1 million cards, so there could be some potential out there. Next, Haruhi Emo Swing got limited to 1, which is kind of cool from being completely banned before.
XD Lamau.
Yeah,
sure,
so Haruhi's doing nothing anymore. Anyway,
enjoy your free bone, Haruhi players. Nice one of, by the way.
Yeah, I'm actually super surprised they still like. They're just so against giving like that anti-climax counter up like to anyone. It's really.
Bro, they were remember with Fate, they were talking about considering banning Gilgamesh.
Yeah, a card no one played. It was a climax combo that it was a climax combo.
It is a climax combo.
Climaxes, yeah, which was like pretty funny. It was really weird. It was such a preemptive ban that I think it was like really dumb for them to do.
Yeah, I don't think it's warranted with like the cards Haruhi has access to. You just don't print that profile again.
Yeah.
If you don't like it.
Does Emo Swing actually make any changes to the current Haruhi deck that's run? Like,
no,
people do, right? So
I mean, it's a one of.
right?
Like that's like the important part is like it's a one of. It's like a Saki card. I think you can like draw into and be like, "Yo, dude, I'm so good."
So you're telling me the games you able to play it become normal games, and the games you aren't able to play it, you just sad anyway?
Because you just say Haruhi. You low rolled.
Yeah,
you low rolled.
Got him, boys. All right. So everything else, there was no changes for
free Cordelia's Garden, dude. Who cares if you put Cordy's Garden into 4? The card sucks. Why would... Oh my god.
True.
Yeah, Saikano's still dead, but Saikano players are no longer on. Yeah. I don't know if I can say they're no longer on that watch.
Yeah, they're on.
They have a new set.
They're on life support now. We just gotta wait for that set, dude. Saikano beat.
Yeah. They're in like the Peepo smile mode right now.
Yeah.
Sao is whatever. 10th Annie, I think, is kind of... If you unbanned one of these, 10th Annie would be fine. The deck is kind of whatever-ish now.
Yeah, Grisaya, no unbans there. Kind of not surprised.
Yeah.
I mean, those are two...
I mean, the deck is still seeing play with a new set, so no reason to unban it, I think, in Bushi's case.
Yeah. All right. I mean, we're gonna talk about the stuff that's like extra sad for some of us. So where do you want to start first? You want to save Sinful Gear for the end, or you want to just get Sinful Gear now?
I guess we'll start with because I know Dean's here, so I think Dean might have a controversial take or two on Sinful Gear.
Oh,
So
my
I think
controversial take is funny.
I think it's easy. Let's just talk about Kaguya first. So for Kaguya, they like completely eviscerated the level 0 game.
I think it's fine.
Dean, you've never had success with Kaguya anyway, so I'm not gonna like take your opinion into account too much here. But this is like this isn't even a pseudo like pick 3 because it's more kind of like a pick 5. Because if you say you're not playing the drop search, you're not playing the 1/1 what's her nuts Kaguya
You're not playing the
support
deck anymore.
with Resonance. Yeah, you're not playing choice, or you're not playing Standby Gate anymore, and you're not playing the level 3. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so it's kind of been a known fact for quite a while, especially in like the JP community, is that Kaguya's like entire existence is based around having literally the best level 0 lineup in Weiss currently.
I mean, clean cut runner was
Clean
like
Cut Runner,
the fucking
Ricky
most
Power
bonkers
Pump,
thing.
like drop search, like recyclable drop search. Is just like the 0 lineup was so packed with utility and power pumping and stuff that it was obnoxiously good. Japan is just like Kaguya's entire existence is around the level 0 game. So if Kaguya becomes something different, the only way this Kaguya is gonna like evolve from here is it's gonna have a new version of the deck. There's no way you can play the old version of the deck, right?
Yeah.
Like this
You
ban
can
is
maybe see like if you can potentially play like
There's-
Gate or something like that. Like there's ways I think you can maybe build it, but losing the Ricky and the clean cut runner especially hurt it a lot.
Going first, they still have the bomb runner, which is disgustingly good. The drop search has a lot of like good resonance. Like you still get a lot of value off the resonance. And Ricky was usually only good for like good for like one turn cycle, right? There's like one turn where the Ricky would come down. So losing the Ricky, I don't think is actually as bad as you would think. It does hurt your power lines.
I think
it hurts it so much.
Yeah,
dude, there's so many times mid game where like I just power pump Ricky and like get so much value out of it and get more hand set up for like the next turn, or if I need to get in weird scenarios where I'm like, all right, I need to get out of level 0 here by like clocking myself nonstop. Essentially, I it's just losing that entire package of power pump and the Ricky effect. Just I think it's too much to like the entire 0 game itself.
I do think Kaguya as a set though is still somewhat salvageable.
Yeah. Like I said, like the deck, if Kaguya gets any more representation again, it's going to be a completely new variant.
Yeah,
of the
it'll
deck.
be a new list.
That's what's going to happen.
But I think if Bushi's
still
objective was
Standby
to kill Standby Gate's gone.
What?
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 The fuck do you mean? What? All right, dudes.
I legitimately don't think that this doesn't hurt your combos outside of the power threshold.
I think you underestimate
1-0.
how much losing the K like clean cut hurts the deck, dude. I'm gonna be honest with you.
What?
What do you mean? What?
I don't see it. I legitimately don't see it. I think that Standby Gate is still a functional deck. Is it going to be topping as much? Probably not as bad. Probably not as much. But I don't
Quoting me, Kevin. Fuck you. Kaguya is, I think, somewhat still salvageable.
I think this hurts all the other random builds more.
It does.
I think
the clean cut Ricky thing, I think hurts it like significantly.
Yeah, this hurts like all the other combos are worse, but like the standby stuff is still decent. You get like 1-2 reverse off the standby, have the 1-1 in the back row resonating every turn. Like you're still literally playing the same deck post like the first 2 turns.
I don't know, man. Most of the value out of like the 0 game is just like gone.
Yeah.
And the value add 0 you got out of Kaguya was just like you milked 0 so hard that the rest of your game was so good, like just because of that. Now it just seems like you're gonna have to naturally draw into like things more naturally and just like hope for things to happen.
You have a 4 of Drop Searcher. What are you trying to draw into that you didn't have?
It's not about like just replacing a card in your hand. It's about the plus and the value of the 2K power pump and knowing the first card.
The 2K power pump, I agree with. I agree with the power lines argument. Attacking with a brainstorm for 1 extra stock and 1 extra damage is I don't think that's like, I think that's like something you lose that's like somewhat important, but I don't think it's like crippling.
Okay, I don't know. You have like no success with the deck, so I don't know if I can even trust your opinion on this.
I don't think.
Dean,
I'm being
to be honest
attacked.
with you, I have played.
I'm being attacked.
Deck. I haven't played the deck a lot, but I have won at least like a tournament with money entry with this deck. Okay, all right, dude. Sure, dude.
I like how suddenly, because I say that like I like dislike a few things about like the meta build of Kaguya and like some weak points of the deck. It's like my opinion doesn't matter, but that is what it be.
I mean, those weak points could be valid here, but the problem is you're arguing under the idea that like the current state of the deck is still fine. In reality, now that this current state of a version of the deck is just dead. Like, there's no way you're gonna have that kind of 0 power line ever again with Kaguya, because the 0 line was just so good. Like,
and
if you could rate all of the 0 lineups of every single deck, Kaguya was number 1. Like,
yeah, okay, I agree with that part.
Long shot.
I agree with that part.
And then, like,
but
I don't know,
is the finisher not good?
You're
is like everything else.
You're wrapping up like the level 0 lineup is only for 2 turns. It's not. It's the entire game. Every card had some utility throughout the entire game, and all the utility attached to all those cards were so strong, from power lineups to fixing hand and all this stuff. Like, I don't understand what you mean.
The drop searcher is good. I agree with that. I agree you play the drop searcher. So you lose 2K power off of a Ricky that forced you to lose a lane when you played it. Or you had to have won a lane previously to play the Ricky down without plussing your opponent. Like I think the Ricky is it hurts. I think it hurts. But I don't think it completely cripples like the deck. I'm going to
be honest with you. I almost don't even think it's the Ricky. I think it's the K clean cut runner.
I think the K clean cut runner is a good card. I think it's a very good card. But I think that the runner bomb is a decent replacement.
Yeah, you can make that work. But then even if you have runner bomb, you don't have Ricky power pump to go with runner bomb, and that's pretty big.
Well, the bomb doesn't need a power pump if it's a bomb.
Okay. So like the reason why Kaguya was, at least one of the reasons why I considered Kaguya so strong, is you can go like turn 1 K runner. Your opponent, unless your opponent responds with like a tri-field of things that can kill 2K,
yeah, it lives
right away. Yeah, you live and you clean cut.
Yeah,
and then like imagine if they get stuck at 1 again or something.
And
like,
and that line of play,
it can potentially live like maybe 2 or 3 turns.
Like the line of play too is like obnoxious on that line of the same thing, where you can have like what's it called, Ricky into like drop search and then clean cut the drop search to the back row, and then bounce it back to your hand the following turn. There's just a lot of really good lines of plays at 0 for this deck. And like the worst 0 in the deck is the card you want to replace the clean cut with. Like, all right, I can understand getting like some value out of like the bomb runner, but
but you don't have
it's
in Japanese you don't have that anymore, so you just play other cards.
Okay.
And then your level 1 still feeds into your level 2, which feeds into your level 3, which kills your opponent. You deal 2 less damage in the early game, and you get 1 less stock. I think yes, it hurts, but like I don't think it kills the deck. This isn't like Dow where you literally aren't allowed to play cards anymore.
That's true. I do think potentially we could still see some like standby door lists. I'm willing to give that much, but a lot of like the old spooky things that made like standby door so good are gone.
Yeah, the 0 is not like, holy shit, I'm dying to this like single card on my opponent's board and I can't do anything about it, and then like randomly their cards are 1 billion power and
that's
they're
kind of like
clearing
why
my
I said
2/2s.
I think Kaguya is still like somewhat salvageable. Like the set is still like I don't think it's going to be like tier 1 anymore, but the set is still might be fine. The other two sets we're talking about, I don't think are fine.
Well, I think Dal got. I think Dal's the funniest one.
Are we done talking about Kaguya? Do we want to talk about
there's
Dal?
nothing more to talk about. Just Dean has a very different opinion about the current state of the.
I'm willing to like concede
standby.
some of his points, though. Like I'm willing to concede some of his points. You can maybe still make it work. It's just going to be nowhere near as good as it was.
Well, yeah. The problem here is that we're not arguing against his points. His points make sense. The problem is that his fucking reality of how the deck is after this ban list doesn't map onto reality to me, which is obnoxious. So at least for me, but like we can just leave it at that. Let's just fucking move on to Dal. Like Dal's dead.
Well,
all right,
I'm
can we
also
always
an
all
English
agree on
player.
that?
Yeah, I think
I'm
we can
also an
agree that
English
Dal's
player.
dead.
These cards aren't even banned. You guys have fun playing your bad format.
I mean, Dal is just basically 8 standby is dead in the water, right? Like,
Yeah,
we can at least all agree on that, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. The two Klumi are still able to play
Take it anymore. Just get me out of my misery and kill me, someone.
Okay, so all right, let's talk for real. 8 standby's dead.
Yeah,
No, you can't play it.
You literally cannot play 8 standby anymore. You can
Can't
maybe
play
still play
standby down at
Dal.
all.
You just play like 8 choice or something.
Yeah, you could play standby something else, like, right? Because if you want to play the Kurumi level 3, even though it's limited to 2, which I don't even think that's like it being limited to 2 doesn't mean like you would even play into it, right? So
Yeah.
I think if a choice list, if you pick anything on this choice list, you just pick My Little Cheetah, right? Because everything else is so dependent on standby, right?
You could maybe choose Adachi.
Yeah, if you had no reason to pick My Little Cheetah, right?
Yeah, if you don't need like the stuff that comes with My Little Cheetah, or you think it's fine, you pick Adachi.
Isn't My Little Shido better? I mean,
I think My Little Cheetah is better than Adachi, but I mean, if you're playing a version of the deck that still plays some amount of standby, maybe Adachi's pretty good for like high rolling against other standby decks, right?
Well, I think if we see a meta shift towards like trying to remove important stuff off the board, or like a little bit more where like disruption's more handy, I think Adachi is a really strong pick.
the Adachi is like really obnoxious as a
Yeah,
card.
the Adachi is actually just
So
fucking,
is the My Little Shido.
Yeah, they're both really good. In
Yeah.
reality, I think that's what you like. What you play one of those two,
Yeah,
but you can't play 8 standby anymore. They just told you you just literally you cannot play this deck anymore.
Good. It's annoying.
Yeah, I think this was a little overkill, but maybe Japan is like
people won't stop
maybe
playing
Bushi's
it.
just kind of tired of dealing with it.
Yeah, it was a deck that was like hit last ban list, and for like at the time, no one was on the 1/1, right? And then the meta shifted and made that 1/1 obnoxious, and it was like always in a lot of people's back of their mind, like this 1/1's pretty good, this 1/1's pretty good. And then the meta shift happened, and the ban list happened. It opened up a bunch of slots, and everyone's like, actually, you know what? This 1/1's actually insane. I hit a standby, and my opponent can't play the game anymore if they also play standby or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool that Dal, this 8 standby Dal's dead probably here, but there's just so many good cards in Dal. If you're a Dal player and you're playing Dal because you love the set,
you just like shift to like 8 choice or something.
yeah,
Or like another combo.
yeah, or like choice pants or something. Some combos out. Every card is so good that like it doesn't matter. You could probably pick up any 50 cards out of the set that aren't on this choice list and still have a deck that's like competent and could win locals easily.
I don't think it's like tier 1 anymore though. Like
Yeah.
I think 8 choice is probably like maybe like tier 2 or so. So
Yeah, it's interesting.
either way, the set is still like the set is playable.
Yeah, it's interesting that I think kind of towards the end of this meta too is like Dal started like losing a lot of favor too, right? And then on top of it getting hit like this, I just think no one's probably gonna ever touch it after this unless they really like Dal. You think? At least in Japan.
There's
Yeah. All right. To Sinful Gear. Let's pour one out for our boy Sinful Gear.
Well, I used to be on the copium for this. I am no longer on the copium, so like Troy's bar and 8 bar is fucking dead. I don't even think it's salvageable. You just fucking killed it. They old yellered the shit out of this deck.
Absolutely. The thing you play
Can
any
do
other.
Do you have How Could This Happen to Me air horn version we can play right now?
Oh, I'll look it up. Talk about the set. No, but
yeah. So
yeah.
I know Dean has had a spicy take on this, but
My take is I don't play it, but
Yeah.
like you guys have 7 sets. There's no way something isn't going to like spawn out of the aether at the end of this.
Dean. Dean.
I don't know. I don't
think you
I'm saying
understand the
don't
card
play it.
quality on those sets, my guy.
I'm saying I don't play it. I'm saying I want to have people spend some time trying shit out.
So a
Before
lot
they play
of us,
something with like 8 standby.
a lot of us have already did a lot of work into things that aren't 8-bar or choice bar or whatever in anticipation for this ban, because as soon as we all played the deck, we all knew this deck was going to get banned eventually. I think for the majority, most people are on 8 standby at this point if they still want to play Sinful Gear, and obviously your choice pick is going to be Chris, because the Chris level 0 is obnoxiously powerful. It kind of sucks that you can't have the Saver if it becomes a card worthwhile picking up. But I think Nico and I are basically in agreement. The current version of Sinful Gear will probably never happen.
I don't think you can play like. Okay, I should rephrase this. I think you can still play choice bar, and you can still probably play 8-bar. However, and this is like all caps underline, like that like fucking asterisk caveat here. The deck is nowhere near as good because it lost a lot of consistency. So you can't play like if you're still trying to go for the Kiri Shirabe level 3 package. You're forced into the Shirabe early play thing. The Shirabe early play bonder to the event is significantly worse than Kirika. Kirika ditch CX salvage is on play. Shirabe is like on attack reveal filter. You no longer have access to your Chieri. Your Chieri it gave you free deck speed, which Sinful Gear does not have a lot of. The pay to salvage on the Chieri was insane and helped a lot with your hand sculpting, and you don't have that anymore. And the Saver also helps you significantly.
Yeah, the Saver made your Time Machine Miku kill 7/5s. It made your 1-0 combo kill other things too if needed be. It saved you 2 stock after losing a 1 level 3 at level 2 going into your level 3 turn. Like, yeah, you've lost everything that like made the package secure. One thing I thought was like interesting about this ban list is I think they could have made the same ban list, but instead of including the Krika level 0 and the Shirabe level 3, they could have made it a choice 3 and just put the 2-1 event as the choice, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that have made the same thing but freed up both the level 3 and level 0 to be in any deck it wants to be?
But I think they were going for this because what? WG was it like top 16 or top 8? Like 40% of the field was Sinful Gear or something?
Yeah, there was 6 Sinful Gears out of 8.
Yeah, I think they wanted to like fucking they literally wanted to old yeller the deck and they didn't want to deal with it. So they're just I'm assuming in their heads they're just like, let's just kill this and like not even worry about like this having a resurgence.
Yeah.
So they just killed the current iteration of the deck. So like you can still play it. You can still potentially get out like a triple early play board, and it'll still be really spooky if you face down your opponent who has like 1 Shirabe and 2 of the Mocha Kirika on the field. The problem is they will do that significantly less now since they have less ways to like sculpt into it properly, and they have it's more of like an all-in play now as opposed to I'm gonna do this and I have a viable follow-up turn.
Yeah. So yeah, I think expecting 8 standby out of Sinful Gear players who care about playing Sinful Gear because of the IP is what you should be expecting for the future of the deck, unless there's like some other like Pants Tsubasa list
People
out
might
there.
try to go back and explore Alchemy a little bit.
Oh yeah, I forgot Alchemy's the thing. I always just considered it completely its own deck because like it's so limited on how you can build it essentially. But yeah, Alchemy is still going to be an okay line of play, but at the end of the day, it doesn't have it doesn't run into the meta very well right now, right?
Yeah.
But
either way, the current deck is pretty dead. And if it's not dead, it dropped down a couple places in tiers.
Definitely. All right.
Yeah, I'm I had a while to think about this at work, and I went from copium to this. I'm just like, you just can't play this anymore. Not if you want to win.
Yeah. I guess before we head off here and call it a day, any surprises on like stuff not getting unbanned or whatever? Like, for example, Kimono Friends, I legit believe
It got
doesn't have
banned
to
because
be
he
there.
triple canceled with 0 hand and 0 stock.
Oh man, I think the
Seeing
deck
Cordelia's Garden is
yeah.
still on it is also like really surprising. The card does nothing.
Yeah.
The
Really,
set
Banker
does
was
nothing.
still locked away.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I always forget Bing Dream even has a ban list in JP because it's just like
Marika is still fucking limited to 2, despite Nisekoi being like unplayable in this meta. Kantai collection. So I mean, like you can keep Junio. Is it Junio? The
Global
support?
Soul.
yeah, the global soul.
It's Global Soul and Hexproof. So
Oh,
like you
that's
can keep that banned because I think that card was like probably a design mistake by them. But like even Hatsukase and Hibiki, you can unban them and the deck is gonna do nothing.
Yeah.
Saikano, I thought they might free a little, but you have a new set coming, so they
unban
that's like their gift. That's like the bone they're tossing Saikano players.
Just put hand control in this game as like one deck can do it sometimes, and that'd be really funny.
Yeah, unban Akinari. Let's go.
Jesus Christ. I too like playing with the top card of my deck. Oh my god.
Simplified game state.
Every turn, everyone has no hand. I draw a card. Well, this is a really good playable, but I have no hand. Maybe I should clock. Maybe I'll get better playables. I clock. 2 climaxes and 0 attackers. Interesting. Pass turn. Oh man. But yeah, Marika honestly should be free. Cordelia's Garden should be free. Content Collection basically should be free, like you guys said. I think Bang Dream should do the same thing too. Screw it, like
No, not the
not the promo.
Yeah, the promo will forever stay banned. That is one of those things we call a bad design decision.
Yeah. Any effect like that costs 0 resources is probably a bad idea. Generally, anything that costs 0. What?
Can we get the principal back?
No.
I own Henology, so I want that back.
No, you cannot have principal back. Oh yeah, Little Busters could have gotten Rest back. Literally, who cares?
Yeah.
Wait, what? What do they have banned?
They have Rest.
Little Busters has I think it's like a 3/1 heal 2 or something banned.
Oh, no,
yeah.
No.
I think
hate heal
I think they just ban it out of the fact that it's like so under costed for its effect, right? They're just like
never. No more heal events. It's cancer.
Is it? I was like, Index has a counter heal event that's heal 2.
Yeah, but you have to have two or 3 book trait characters on board, which basically forces you into like weird boards to play that card.
I mean, I'm not gonna look up Rest right now, but
Yeah.
it's blue. You don't play a lot of blue.
What about Cocochino and the 1/0 of Sack?
I wish we had like Jason or Tin on for this because I have not played Gochi Usa since the first extra booster. I didn't buy Dear My Sister and I didn't buy into Bloom.
Yeah, I bought DMS. I didn't buy into Bloom.
The fact that they got an extra booster this year is probably why Bushi didn't unban this.
Mixed with
they were playing, like they were just being careful.
Isn't that counter just like insane?
The counter is really good in the fact that it has dual utility of like I can prevent reverses or kill early plays. No, I think was like the main. That was like the main reason they banned it, right?
Yeah.
It just had really good utility as a counter. I don't know if does that matter more now. I guess if it gets unbanned, you have a better standby matchup suddenly, right? But what was the cost on it? Is it still like pay 2 sack 1 or
no? It's pay 1 ditch 1, right?
No, it can't be that. Was it that?
Wait, on cost 1 what?
Huh?
Isn't it like no? It's pay 1 sack 1, right? Isn't it just pay 1 sack 1?
It's pay. Are you talking about the anti-change counter?
Yeah, it's pay 1 sack.
Pay 1 sack 1,
and that's it.
What the hell?
Yeah,
it's on a 1/0 counter. It's absurd.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's even more absurd. Damn. Hell yeah. Keep that shit banned, dude. Fuck it.
Well, I think most decks are probably playing that counter because I don't think most decks are playing Cocachino.
The idea
Well,
is you get like an insane finisher, or you get the insane like
early play.
Yeah.
yeah.
But the thing is, I think even the decks that are playing the set don't even play those cards in their list.
No,
do they?
I think they still play counter.
Oh, okay.
The counter.
Yeah, counter
counter.
is actually too spook. Yeah, I think that's it. We've basically covered everything. Yeah, you guys have any other input you want to throw in here?
I'm a little surprised other sets didn't like get hit or even looked at.
Like what?
Mushoku Tensei is a big one.
Okay, like I'm probably like in the complete opposite camp of a lot of people because I know there's certain people running around.
Oh, what's this, kid?
What?
Shoe on the other foot now.
Okay. Well, I mean, I've been saying this since day one.
This is me with Kaguya now.
No, I've been
I'm just
saying this. I've been saying this since day one. Like, I don't think the standby deck is the type of deck that's going to have any long lasting like stability in any type of meta. I think it's just going to get either power creeped out pretty soon, or like basically it's like it'll be here for a little while and it's a really solid, consistent deck, and then it'll just be gone when it just gets power creeped in like the next like 3 months or so.
Yeah. Well, even then, I still think the deck is like a viable deck in Choice Pants as well. So
yeah, I think Choice Pants. Does Choice Pants have a good matchup into 8 standby?
no,
You don't think so? You have a 109Ks that go into their 8/5 turn, and if they don't get double standby that turn, they have to have counter. Most lists play 1 2K counter at most. I mean, I feel like you can break the board pretty consistently because I've seen Mushoku lists start playing multiple of the 1-0 counter, or not counter, support now. Even in some cases, I saw a ridiculous list that played 3 for some reason. I don't know. That probably requires some testing.
are you talking about the one that like it's like what 500 global, 1K to the Rudius combo, and then you sack it at 3 to spawn the support?
Yeah, because it makes it so you
it does get over an 8/5 power line.
Yeah,
so.
it forces your opponent to have answers, and
The thing is with that, I think the problem with like with Mushoku then becomes like more of a deck slot problem. It's almost like a suffering from success type of situation in that case because there's a lot of different really good cards you can run for your auxiliary level 1 slot in like Choice Pants. So like, I think if you're playing that, you're like sacrificing stuff like I think the Adachi that spawns the combo. You could potentially be sacrificing the Taige that like whenever you trigger a climax, you can pay 1 draw, stuff like that.
I've been seeing a lot of lists actually start cutting the 1-0 trigger climax draw like completely as of late.
Well, I think they're cutting it because like currently the support is better into like a meta where like if you can break 8/5, you're pretty solid.
Oh shit, I broke this. Yeah, but also I mean like even with that, I've seen lists started cutting it like almost completely at this point. Like having that is not really needed as an auxiliary play because you would a lot of times they end up spending stock on the pay to salvage, right? And as well as what's it called? There's a lot
to salvage?
The PR card when it dies you get
okay.
And so they don't have as like you don't generally have the luxury of just like being able to plus off of that effect as often anymore as you would like because you're spending extra stock on that on top of like most of the boards you're playing against, you're incentivized to play the Adachi, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you just end up spending extra stock on Adachis to kill things or remove problematic cards at level 1 and 2. So I don't know. It just we'll see how the deck ends up developing. I feel like it has a pretty like maybe 5.5 to 4.5 matchup, maybe, or maybe it's more favored into standby. I could be wrong, but I just still feel like Mushoku's board, if it gets answered at all, like you lose the game. Like the only time I ever see like that deck win consistently when it loses a board is when it high rolls on like triggering standbys in like situations where they just lost their board. And then you're like, oh, oops, all like 12Ks on my board again, you know.
I mean, to be fair though, a lot of their stuff is kind of almost built to help you high roll. Like the brainstorm has like twin drive whenever you play a climax and all that. And then from like level 2 onwards, if they have the support out, every time you trigger a CX, you can twin drive, so you could potentially trigger another one too. So it's like I think it is a high roll to where like if they trigger too much, but like their deck helps them do so.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree. Yeah. And what about, was there any other set you felt like should have been looked at all, or
Maybe slime, but even then, I don't even think like slime's not like a boogeyman, at least not in JP. Although
maybe after this banning, we'll see.
I'm interested to see how the meta is going to shift, because Nijigasaki, that deck's still a deck. Potentially, even like Da Capo could make a comeback as well. So,
isn't Niji one of the most represented decks right now too in like NAWGP? I saw it got like 6 wins or something. I mean, we all already knew that set was like, when it first came out, it was like top tier. Then it dropped down to like tier 2. But after this banning, it's probably going to be maybe the best standby list outside of fighting Mushoku as like the best standby list. It's like one of those right now, right?
What? Okay, so I think the problem, like, if you're a Mushoku player playing against into like Nijigasaki, right, is if they trigger soul triggers, which they will trigger soul triggers, you're bored of a 1/1 what's her nuts heiresses. They're fucking dead. So yeah, good luck with that.
Infinite power on attack.
Although, yeah, as Kevin said, Assault Lily might be a set to look out for, because as the set is right now, it's pretty good. But if this second set gives it any type of like real support, I think it'll become like extremely good.
Yeah, well, they already showed off a new combo, right? That's like really good with the restander, kind of like what you're already doing right now, except you get the guaranteed damage instead of like random milling.
The Icy Tail, yeah.
So I guess you just gotta wait and see on what happens to Assault Lily. But that's like with every fucking set that's coming out. Like, oh, new set coming out for this property. Gotta wait and see. But we'll just gotta wait and find out what the future has in store with us and how Papa Bushi wants to wreck us again. But yeah, I think that's it for the ban list, right, guys? And anything else you want to talk about as far as the ban list goes?
English format's really sick. We have all these unbanned decks running around.
True. You get full power.
R.I.P. Sinful Gear. Rest in pepperoni, Sweet Prince. Yep. It was nice playing you when you were considered the best deck in format, which I thought will never ever happen in my history of playing this game. But good times can't last forever.
Nico, I just want you to know I'm gonna get first place at a bro event without either of those decks, any of those banned.
I don't know how you can get first place when I'm getting first place, kiddo.
Well, I'm going into 3 of them, so you know what? I'll get first place twice, and I'll let you get once.
Okay.
I'll see you in the final on the 3rd one.
I'm gonna play Kaguya against you. I'm just telling you that right now.
Oh, I'm sorry you got 3rd.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're not even gonna make it to top cut.
Impossible.
Is Mushoku's not out then, right? When does Mushoku come out in English?
I don't think Mushoku's going to be out for Bro. Ruby should be out for Bro.
It will be. It'll get first.
Oh yeah, that's right. I just need to get Ruby. I'll play Ruby too.
Yeah, let's just all play Ruby. Fuck it.
Please, we need to win.
Going forward, I don't know what my main deck is going to be since they killed Sinful Gear.
Adventure
I'm thinking of maybe pivoting to and just being like, I'm a big gambler, man, so I guess I'll play 2-soul DBG and we'll flip some coins and see what happens.
Hell yeah, baby. Coin flipping, professional coin flipper Nico. There we go. Dude, I don't even know what I would play. Like, I was like already sad a long time ago when I recognized.
I mean, you have Grisaya you can play. Like, Grisaya is still solid. Don't you have Niji, or did you never get Niji?
Never got Niji. I don't give a shit about the Love Live franchise anymore. It breaks my heart too many times. Plus,
okay, so I was like, so you can still play Grisaya. I think you can still play Mushoku.
Yeah. Let's see.
Join me with Million Life.
Oh, it's like ZLS is still like an okay deck. Hololive is still good, so. You have options.
Yeah, honestly, I think if I'm going to play anything, because Nats is coming up and we've all qualified, but except Dean, because Dean's not playing JP Nats. Damn, do I just end up in Hololive? I might end up Hololive. Well, we'll see.
I do understand how like Dean feels in a lot of these like recent announcement streams because like this is literally how I felt this last announcement stream.
Well, I got baited finally.
They're literally like, "Hey Nico, we're banning your favorite deck. Oh, also by the way, we're just announcing idle shit you don't care about."
Whoa,
Like
I thought you like 765.
Yeah, I do, but Million Live isn't just 765.
Yeah, you don't care about the other girls. You just shove as many 765 girls in your deck as possible, and be glad that you can still play them. That's what I do.
In before Million Live, or the new Million Live set doesn't even get 765 support.
If you get a level 0 climax swapper, my build is insane. That's all I need.
Yeah.
That's all I need.
10 event Million Live is not the play. You go talk to Dean, young man. Dean will tell you the play.
Can we get the Falcon, but like in Million Live?
Can we get the Spider-Man live?
Can I get Maximum Spider turn 1?
Oh yeah, random thought. Marvel's like some of the Marvel profiles are randomly fucking bonkers.
They're insane.
Yeah, I mean we're at that era, right? Didn't we talk about this last time? Like we're at that cusp of like Busho just decided to power creep literally everything when Hololive dropped, right? Because everything in Hololive was just like really good, right? Overall.
Yeah.
Like the stat lines were just like a little bit more than normal. Everything had like.
Well, I think Hololive had to be good.
Yeah.
Like that deck had like no choice.
It wasn't Hololive. It was Dow was the start.
Dow was the start. Dow was like everything was like slightly. Well, I don't even think it was Dow because
Dow was when they first decided to staple 2 good effects on everything.
Well, no, didn't Sal 10th Annie come out before that, or did Sal 10th Annie come out after that? I forget.
I don't remember.
Yeah, but I don't feel like
it was like around that era because I know Sal 10th Annie randomly had like power lines that were just like slightly over stuff and all that. So
yeah,
it's good. It means you buy a deck and it's probably going to do well.
Currently, yeah. Except like, well, I don't know about like Wall Trigger or sets.
I should buy D side. That's probably gonna be another Lost Decade set.
Wandering Witch Elena when, dude? Can we get that? Or can we get Higurashi? Can we get like any of the random stuff that went to Rebirth?
Nagatora.
Why does Rebirth all of a sudden get all the good IPs?
Didn't they get
Blue Rebirth Archive? Get like they did get Blue Archive, but didn't Rebirth get fucking what's that called? Like Japan Pro Wrestling?
Yeah,
dude,
I wanted that.
That would have been so
I was like, why can't we have that in Weiss Schwarz? I don't even know Japan Pro Wrestling, but that sounds hype as fuck. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little down from the latest stream, just because I feel like I got punched in the gut a little. But thankfully, I'll be taking a forced break from this game anyway, so maybe when I come back, it won't be as bad for me.
Yeah. Oh, I guess one thing to note, too, about that stream, is since we're just talking about it right now, is that in-person events are happening again in Japan this year.
Sure.
This 2022.
Back on.
Hell yeah. Which means there's a really good chance that we're going to have in-person events in English as well, which is really important for the game, I think, to survive at this point.
Yes.
I just remembered. Fucking Record of Ragnarok.
Oh, yeah.
Vanguard. Vanguard. What? You what, mate?
It wasn't it like English exclusive in Vanguard, too?
Yes.
Oh, my God. Upsetting. All right, I think that kind of sums up all our bitching and crying and discussion. Hopefully, you guys had fun listening to this garbage. When's our next? What are we doing next? Everyone's.
I think we're going to be taking we might be streaming from New Jersey, but I think
I don't think we have any.
We're all going to be away.
Yeah, super plan content. Maybe there's a small chance that Friday we get Duking of the Hill because it'll just be like me and maybe like Kevin or someone else who's here because I'm not gonna leave until the weekend, so that might happen still. And I think tomorrow, Dean, you said you're good tomorrow to do Ruby card spoiler review again.
Yeah, I should be able to for a bit.
Okay, yeah, so you want to try to plan for around the same time?
Sure.
Okay, yeah. So tomorrow, look out for that. We'll do a stream. I'll probably tomorrow morning I'll put up the link or whatever. and go from there. And then we'll discuss all the new reveals for Ruby as we get hype over that set. Because since Dean has spent so
Spoiler.
much money into the set.
Tier 0.
Live stream from Burn One road trip to New Jersey. Unfortunately, none of us. Oh, actually,
None of us are road tripping.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't think Dean is going. I'm flying out because I'm visiting family first.
Yeah, I'm flying out as well, and no one's driving, right?
Yeah, I don't think anybody's driving. Carmen's driving, but
Yeah,
Carmen's not driving with anybody.
All right. With that being said, we'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow for the Ruby card revealed discussions. Other than that, have a nice night, everyone.
Take care, guys.